Hey, what's going on everyone, this is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about iOS 17.5. The first beta of 17.5 was released last week, and it has been like 3 weeks with no betas before Apple released the first beta of iOS 17.5. So it has a few new features. We're going to talk about some more in this video, but it's actually quite a great update. I had a really great experience with this update, using it for about a week now, so I'm about to share that experience with you and see what iOS 17.5 is like, how it performs, battery life, and everything else you need to know. Now, first of all, we're talking about some more new features that we didn't talk about on the first iOS 17.5 video that I did last week. So first of all, we're talking about a feature that has been found actually in the code of iOS 17.5, and it has to do with your privacy. So now with 17.5, if of course that feature that has been found within the code makes it to the final release, you will be able to block every participant on a group call on FaceTime. Probably that's on iMessage as well. So when you're on a group call, instead of just going one by one and having to just block every participant on that group chat or group call, you will now be able to block all of them at once. There's also a smaller change on the Books app as well. You will now have the goal icon right there, which now is on the main page, just right there at your account. So you will have your account profile picture right there, and you will have the goal right here. Of course, it shows the goal right there, and then the number, how much you have reached today. So just a small change here for the Books app. Now we have some more changes here on the Settings app for the News app. Now when you go to the Settings and you go under News, you will find here download options for News Plus. So if you use News Plus, you have an offline mode. Now it will have their download options. Now if you go here, you will have a few different options. So you will have the ability to choose what you want to automatically download into your iPhone so that you can read offline. Again, this is for News Plus users only. So you will have a few options. You will have recent stories, saved stories, magazine issues, puzzles, and also audio stories right here. So you will have individual switches for each of them. You can enable or disable any one of them you want. Now another great feature that Apple has added here to the download options for News Plus is the optimized storage. Now you can see right here we'll have the option to actually enable it just under the downloads, and it gives you a description here. It says download smaller versions of images in storage. This turns on automatically when iPhone is on low storage. So you will have here two options. You can either enable it or disable it manually, or if your iPhone storage is really low, then the iPhone will automatically turn on this mode for you. And as you know, on the iPhone, we have the battery health here with the cycle count and all that stuff for the iPhone 15s, of course. And on the iOS 17.5 code, there are suggestions that this menu will come to iPad as well. So the battery health menu with the cycle count and all that. Now this menu is expected to show the iPad's battery maximum remaining capacity and the cycle count as well, just like you see it on the iPhone 15s. Now this probably will come for new iPads that Apple will probably release in May. I don't think Apple will place this feature on all their iPads, just like they didn't do it for all their iPhones. You can just find the cycle counts on newer iPhones, on the latest ones. So probably this will be a feature that will be available only to the newer iPads that Apple will release in the near future. Now these are some of the new features that we have been able to find on iOS 17.5. There are also some really good bug fixes that we could see on iOS 17.5. The first one of them, the alarm bug, has actually been fixed. The alarms will go off. It won't remain any alarm not going off in the morning. That was actually a huge issue with 17.4, and it looks like it has been fixed with this release. Another one that was actually really annoying on the control center, whenever I use the volume slider to actually turn down the volume, if I just slide it like this, it would go automatically back like this. So it was a weird bug, and it has been on my device. I don't know if any other users have been experiencing this, but it was on my device since I have updated my iPhone to iOS 17.1, I believe, and it was really annoying. I had a really hard time using this slider from the control center, but it looks like it's now working properly with iOS 17.5. Now, another thing that I was able to notice with 17.5 is that AirDrop is actually working really fast. Now, it's amazing how fast AirDrop is working with iOS 17.5, and this is a huge change from Apple. Finally, they did it, because AirDrop, especially with iOS 17, has been kind of buggy. It actually sometimes it was working really slow. It was really sluggish, but it looks like they have made the change, and now it's working properly and it's really fast. And now let's talk about another good side of iOS 17.5, and that's battery life. Even though it's just beta 1, I'm pretty satisfied with the battery life that I got with iOS 17.5. So here we have the last few days. So today, what we did here, 50% battery, 5 hours of 14 minutes on screen. Then we have here about 85% battery, 8 hours 27 minutes on screen. We have another one here. This is about 80% battery, 9 hours screen active right there, which is really awesome. And then we have 75% battery, 6 hours and 54 minutes. I think this is pretty good battery life, and keep in mind that this is only beta 1. This probably will get even better with the next betas, and hopefully it will continue getting better until the final release of iOS 17.5, especially taking into consideration that maybe a few iPhone users won't be updating their device to iOS 18. Some of them won't have their devices supported. It looks like some of the older iPhones will be cut off, so we want to have a great last update to iOS 17 so they have a good experience with their device. Now here we have also the latest Geekbench 6 score for iOS 17.5, and it has improved a bit since the last one that I did when I first initially installed iOS 17.5 on my device. So here we have the multi-core score at 7,401, comparing it right here to 17.4 final release, 7,432, so it's very close. And then we have the single core score at 2,955. It was 2,968, just a little bit over that with iOS 17.4, but keep in mind again that this was the final release and this is beta 1, so we can hope that this will get even better in the next betas and of course the final release of iOS 17.5. So now let's talk about beta 2. Now I would actually expect Apple to release a beta 2 this week. So keeping in mind that this update, the first beta, had a build number ending with an F, I don't expect Apple to actually release a lot of betas for iOS 17.5. Most likely there will be 4 betas, maximum 5, but I believe it will be only 4. If they re-release like a beta, the last one with the A in the end of the build number, usually they do that. They release 2 updates with the build number ending with the same letter, but that might happen, it might not, but probably it won't. So I would expect Apple to release actually 4 betas before releasing the RC version and the final release. So expect this week to see another beta. Right here we should see beta 3, beta 4, probably the RC version towards the beginning of May, and then right here on the second week of May we should see the public release of iOS 17.5. Again, with the first beta I'm really satisfied. The battery life is very good, also performance is great. They have fixed a few bugs that were really annoying with 17.4, and of course AirDrop being really fast is always amazing. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Of course, subscribe for more iOS 17.5 videos, and I'll see you on the next one.